Hi and welcome to Karmaspiritus. My name is T. I'm not a traditional tarot reader. I more read the energies of cards, although I may get involved in what is actually depicted, but very generally. My readings aren't time specific, so there may be a message for you here that's ongoing, or a message for your life's journey. The energies that appear at the readings are not directly from me. I'm merely a channel for the messages, so please bear that in mind. Please go ahead and listen to your sun and moon signs. Sorry, moon and rising signs, should I say, because there may be a very powerful energy around those aspects of your chart at the moment, so it'd be good to listen to those as well. Please receive these messages with love and light. I know we're going through a Mercury retrograde, and I have definitely seen the challenges of that with the equipment, etc., but I will continue and persevere. So now let's get into your reading. Lovely Sagittarius, Saggies, how are you? I hope you are well. Oh, energies are rife at the moment, and there's loads coming out for you, but I can't take all of those, so I'll go back. The two massive eclipses have brought so much energy. We have timelines upon us at the moment. I'm not an astrologer in no way or form, but I know we have timelines that we need to deal with. Your first card is the World Upright. Yeah, we need to make good of any given situations that we know are not serving us at the moment. And you have the Ten of Cups reversed here. Yeah, and get ourselves on the right path. I believe there's a date in September that I'm not 100% sure about, but you can listen to an astrologer and I'm sure they'll let you know about that. We have the Nine of Cups here, Saggies, reversed. And we also have the Death card. As I said, I may not get into the detail. I might. It just depends where the energies bring us to. So let me just get tuned in. Sagittarius, I feel that you made a decision, some decisions around your relationships and even around your work recently. I feel that there's been a repetitiveness. I don't know what that is. Maybe we'll find out during this reading, but I do feel that you've been making the same decisions over and over, whether that is in relationships or work circumstances, or intimate relationships, family, friends. In general, there's been a repetitive cycle over and over. Are you doing this thing? And I can see you it's almost like beating your head against a brick wall, not quite getting it. You had so much opportunities ahead of you, but I'm not sure that you've then gone on and executed them in the right way, and because of this it's causing disruption. I believe in your everyday, all the time, all day long, and you keep doing the same thing over and over. That's what I just keep hearing. It's the same situation. You will know what that is, Sagittarius. Even you're actually getting quite fed up of the same situations that you're bringing to yourself. And you can see them. I can almost picture that you can see them ahead of you. You know, if you say that thing or take that path or take that action, carry out what you are going to do, you know what it equals, what's going to happen. But you continue. You continue. And it's led to such a level of discontentment in your life. Or you may have that opportunity now to put things right. And because of your personality and your level of understanding within these relationships or situations, there may be a good chance that you're not going to carry out the right thing. You're not going to allow your feelings to prevail, I'm hearing. You need to center yourself. You need to center yourself, because I believe that there's things that you are more than aware of that you do. But it's almost as if your temperament, your impulsiveness, and your expectations of others are sometimes quite extreme, and sometimes lead to the wrong decisions that you make. But I do believe that you know you're doing it. I do believe that there's opportunities that you have, or you've had in the past, and because of that impulsiveness that you do have, that almost a selfishness, an insecurity, so you try and make yourself look, you know, bigger than you are, stronger than you are, in a better position than you really are at the moment. And you're not meeting the level of maturity in which you need to in these given situations, that you end up blowing it. You know, you're a very lucky sign. You're very you can be very prosperous and very lucky. Luck is quite good in your chart. Is it Jupiter you have? Can't remember. You're a very lucky sign. Usually when you turn your hand to things, or you want to manifest something, if you're on the right track, it would blow your mind. The level of what materializes to you is absolutely amazing. But because of your lack of concentration and possibly the in some ways a lack of confidence in what you really think you can achieve, you sort of go the other end of the scale and become quite a novice at what you're doing, instead of becoming that out and out professional person who people call on. You become that person that was there, could have had it, but didn't. And don't get me wrong, Saggy, we all do those things. And that's where we, you know, when we hit rock bottom, that's when we get up and do something else. Brush yourself off, get on and do something else. But how many times are you going to be led to this feeling of disappointment, discontentment? You know, there's no harmony within you. You have no inner peace. What you've wished for never materialized. You're dissatisfied with your own progress. Your progress in love. Your progress in the things that you desired. The things that you wished for. The luxury, the highly paid job, the profession, that business that you were going to build, that relationship that you said you were going to settle down in. Because of the instability you have emotionally, and I believe it's because of there's just a level of immaturity. There's a level of not thinking of the situation holistically first, bringing that inner peace within you, and then moving on from that standpoint, that things don't work out the way you want them to. This may be a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, water sign that you're dealing with. This may have been it. This may have been the person that you felt was the one. This may be the opportunity you definitely thought, after everything that you've been through and how your life got good and you got that payout and you have this money and you have this time and opportunity now. You thought that this was going to be it. But what have you done, not Scorpio, Saggy? Oh, maybe it's a Scorpio that you're dealing with. I'm hearing silent rivers run deep. Maybe you felt that this was the person that was going to support you in your endeavors. Maybe you felt that this person was the one that would help you turn your life around. Give you the stability, this money, this position you have now in your family, the inheritance that you received. Maybe you felt this was it. This is absolutely everything that you desired and that you needed all this time for you to be able to pursue your goals. This is now your foundation. You have it in your hand. But what did you do with it? Or maybe you have that right now. You have that opportunity. You have that lump sum of money. You have that person that's rocked your world. What are you going to do with it? Are you pursuing your goals? Are you making sure there's unity, harmony, trust? Because I know, fire sign, you like to have your fingers in many pies. You like to be out there enjoying yourself with many different people. And that commitment, the commitment that you made, the foundation that you've built, you might change your mind for a little while you're out. Enjoying the spice of life, if you get my meaning. Not all of you. There's some of you out there, you know, that don't entertain any of that. But you have this opportunity now. this wish fulfillment. You have this harmony, this person that you know is absolutely it. What are you going to do with it? With her, with him, with this Pisces. What are you going to do with them? This Scorpio, this Cancerian. How are you now going to lead your life? Are you going to continue to gratify and change your mind and be impulsive and make those decisions that are not necessarily, you know, are not necessarily good for you? What are you going to do? Are you going to keep going round and round on this merry-go-round because you have this trophy, you have this amount of money, you have this person, this situation now, and you're on top of the world? Are you going to make sure that you sustain this? That it lasts? That it's fruitful? Or are you going to cause disharmony? Make this a relationship breakdown? Are you going to carry out your dreams? Are you going to just feel disappointed that you never followed through? You don't really want to blow it this time, do you, Saggy? You want to succeed in your goals. You want this to happen. So, but it just feels that you're still not happy. You're not content with this situation. It doesn't mean as much to you as you thought it would. This person, this money, this position, it's not fulfilling you. But you have some control over that. You can become faithful. You can live a life of integrity. You can be that person, that go-to person in that organization. You've been given that responsibility. Take it and own it. But you have to be consistent. In this relationship, you have to be honest and be loyal. In order to join forces within this partnership, that person's going to be, they're going to have to be able to trust you. So what are you going to do about that, Saggy? Where do you lie? Are you going to be honest all the time? Dishonest some of the time? Are you going to really boost your own confidence, be motivated, be determined in what you're doing? You have this opportunity now. People need to see what you're going to do with it. You need to carry out what you said you were going to do. You've had so much to say, I'm hearing. You've been full of everything that you want to do. Why? What has happened now? What's changed between the time that you got this thing, this person, this situation, this position, this goal? What's changed? Are you now disheartened? Why? I think consistency is needed. It's needed now for you to be able to get to your goal. You need to put a stop, an end to all these levels of dissatisfaction within your life. Put an end to the discontentment. Be content with what you have. Live a life of integrity. Don't be so impulsive. Stop changing your mind. Not everything is yours or can be yours. Stick to what you have. Be loyal. Be honest. And if things aren't right, my voice is going, speak up. There's lots of blue in this. There's lots of communication. Blue is about communication and intuition. Use your discernment. Speak up and say what you need to say. Put those wishes and goals out into the atmosphere. And they will be returned if you are loyal, if you are determined, if you live a life of integrity. And we are coming to that timeline now where if you don't get things straight and you don't get things right, the life that you felt you could choose, you're not going to be able to choose anymore. You'll just be there in it for the next how many years? I can't remember how many years they said. This is actually a prediction that's coming true. I briefly heard, but not completely read up on it, to be honest. And I believe September, around September sometime, is the timeline. So you have to adjust to a life, if you want to, of integrity, of being true, of being content. Find out what it is that makes you feel like you want to be there, that job, in that relationship, that one-to-one situation, that friendship, and stick to it, because you're not going to have those choices for much longer. These choices are coming to an end, and you will be dissatisfied, disorganized, discontent, impulsive for the rest of your life. It's tiring. It really is tiring. You need to apply yourself to whatever it is you want, but choose wisely and be careful what you wish for, because they will come true. You put it out in the atmosphere. You speak up and say what you want. Make sure you're manifesting the right things. Be very specific about what you want and take actions, Sagittarius. I keep wanting to say Scorpio. That's very interesting. Maybe it's a Scorpio that this situation is around. You need to get your life on track now. Be satisfied. No more guilt and anguish and worry about the love that you have, because if it's not right, you need to adjust your situation. If you're not applying yourself to it, make sure that you readdress that balance. If it's not right for you, move on. If you're feeling that there's no peace, no joy, no harmony within this situation and it's not going to work, how are you going to stay in it for the rest of your life? This is the time of decisions. So think about the common interests that you have. Whether this business proposition is something that you'll stay interested in. You don't want to start it and be all enthusiastic, and then by time, you know, the first semester of it comes round, you're no longer interested. You need to keep your mind active, Sagittarius. You are a sign that needs to have multiple things going on at one time, so it keeps you motivated, or at least a high energy occupation, or someone who likes to go out and do things, go on holidays. You love your holidays. Go to different countries, different nationalities, meet different people, be by the sea, go and ski, scuba diving. You love your activities. So if you're going to be with someone, wouldn't they have to be somebody that's quite like-minded? Or are you just going for this person because they like to be at home and you can go and sit at their house and, you know, just be there so they don't have to come to yours? Is there longevity in that? Think about it. Are you going to be content with someone who wants to be home, watches the TV, cooks you a meal, and because you're quite happy to get fed at the moment, you're quite happy to go? Maybe you're putting on weight. Maybe you need to take a good long look at the whole situation. As far as I know, Sagittarius, you like to be quite trim and, you know, you like attractive things. You like feeling attractive. You like to be dapper in your suit, in your dress, things that you wear. Are you feeling comfortable the way you are at the moment? This is what they're asking. Are you comfortable? Are you feeling a level of discontentment because you're now not fitting in your clothes the way you used to? Is there an emotional imbalance? Is this why you're eating more? Are you discontent so much that you're now comfort eating? This is what I'm hearing. Are you lazing around doing nothing? At work, you're sitting down, you're doing nothing, you're not doing much. You don't do anything out of your remit, and probably less than your remit entails. When someone says to you, you've got a lot to say about it. You bark and bite after them because you want your own way. Remember, when the wheel spins, or when your world turns upside down, you're going to be left with those things that you have put in place. And if you've put nothing in place, you will end up with not very much. And this is what I'm hearing. You need to put a stop to all this now, I think, if you want things to change. And if you don't, you'll continue with this level of discontentment that overrides and supersedes everything in your life all day long. You'll be discontent. You won't be keeping up your appearance anymore. And in that case, you won't want to go out. You won't want to feel like you want to socialize with people. And you'll be in this never-ending cycle. You'll be on your own, sitting down, watching the TV, doing nothing with this person that is not floating your boat in any way. You'll be in this job that you're not quite happy with, but because you can do the minimal amount and get away with it. What's changed? What has changed for you, Sagittarius? Why have you got yourself into this cycle? And when does it end? Question mark. This is your choice. This is your life. And I've just heard the universe does not revolve around you at any given time when you feel like it. That's honestly what I've just heard. Remember, while you're discontent, lazing around like this dog and this cat, relaxing, the world is changing around you. Life is passing you by. Those people that have made the efforts with the opportunities, the goals that they have, are rushing ahead before you. They're not repeating the same cycle over and over again and having these levels of emptiness. You're not good with emptiness. You don't like it when things are not going your way. So what is it you need to do to change that? And why are you in this situation, Saggy? Let's see. I can see a pie. It's funny, a pie with a hole in the middle to let the steam out, to allow it to cook evenly. You've been told not to put your fingers in this pie. Don't touch it. It's hot. It's cooling. Leave it alone. You'll get some when it's ready. You said okay. You've gone out to play again. You're playing with the others. But your mind is just on this pie. The simple fact that you've been told, number one, not to touch it. Number two, the reasons why you shouldn't touch it. And number three, that you will get some when it's good and ready. Now you've been asked, number one, to stick by the rules, to be obedient. Number two, you've been given the risks and reasons why you should not partake when you haven't been told to. The danger has been spelt out to you. And number three, you've been told that you are entitled to some, just like the rest. Everyone else has heard what's been said by the adult that's taken it out of the oven. And they've not had a second thought. They've listened to the command. They know that they're going to get a treat. The goal is in sight. And they've gone away to play until such time. Not a second thought. Sagittarius, you're outside. You've positioned yourself right near the window. You're looking over at the table. The pie's there, steaming away, still bubbling. You're playing a game that requires you to definitely be within that team, that group of children. And actually, you're winning. You've got the most scores. You've had the most points. You've really been good at this. You're on form, Saggy. But your thoughts just cannot leave that scrumptious, sweet, hot, piping hot, crusty, golden looking pie that's on the kitchen table. But you're also winning. You haven't been your best at this game before, but now you are on form. But you just cannot help yourself. You're thinking about ways in which you can get inside just quickly, just to walk past. It's going to take just a couple of seconds. But the adults are in the other room, and you have to walk through that room to get to that toilet that you said you want to go to. So you do want to go toilet, but not really that much. You could wait. Do everything all at once. But no, that pie is just in your mind. So sure as ever, Saggy, you walk through the room, through the kitchen, peer at the pie, pause over it, look outside quickly, but the children are still looking at you. You've just left them. So you switch position and you just walk straight through into where the adults are and out the door, up the stairs, into the toilet. You're out of there in milliseconds. You're walking back down the stairs, but you're walking slowly because you're thinking about your strategy to how to get your fingers into this pie. So you've worked out that, well, you thought that if you walk slowly, the adults won't remember that you're actually upstairs in the toilet. And when you walk through the room, they'll barely hear you if you're really quiet and you tiptoe. So, sure as ever, slowly but surely, you go down the stairs, through the door, slowly as you can. It creaks a bit, but no one's really looked around. They're still chatting. So that's okay. You open the kitchen door and slide yourself through. You don't shut it just in case somebody hears you. And that catches their attention. You look out the window at the children playing. They're not paying attention to you at the moment. You look left. You look right. You look at your thumb. And you stick your finger in the middle of that pie. Ow! It's hot. Really hot. The ingredients is so hot. It's actually burnt your finger. The adults have come flying in the room. The kids have turned their attention to the kitchen where you are. They've come in as well now. You're bouncing around, screaming, crying. One of the adults has grabbed your finger and put it underneath the cold tap and left it there. Saggy, you are in big trouble. This is not your home. You've embarrassed your mum who's come with you. The person whose house it is very, very stern. And they are looking at you with flames in their eyes and steam coming out their ears. They are livid. You are in so much pain. You're still crying. It's still paining you. It feels as if your finger's still in the pie. That's how hot it was. Unbearable. The skin's peeling off your finger. And you just know you're in such big trouble. Your thumb's been under that tap for ages now, and you're still feeling pain. They've got some dressing, some gauze, put it on your finger, and the only thing that saved you is, it's so bad, you're going to go to the hospital and get it checked out. They feel that that's the best way. Sagittarius, you're in the hospital, you're sitting there, you're waiting, your mum's going off the roof with you. She's livid. She's embarrassed. You've disrespected her. You've been disobedient. And you're in big trouble. And the worst thing of all is that you've gone through all of this. You've been so strategic in what you were doing. You knew the risks. You were told to beware. It's hot. An adult has given an order to you. And you've broken the rules. And the worst thing is as well, is that you're not going to get one piece of that pie. It was so hot you couldn't even lick your finger at the time. You are devastated in so many ways. That goal was in sight, and you blew it. And now you're hurt. You're in pain. And your mum's absolutely livid. Saggy, I believe you still have potential. I believe if you want to turn this partnership, relationship, friendship, or organizational position around, you can. You can stick to it. You can live a life of integrity, play by the rules, go by the law of the land, be loyal, and still have a very good position in life. But when you are weighing up those odds, you make sure you've thought of absolutely everything. The long-term projection, the risks, how law-abiding you've been, how trustworthy, how loyal, how loving. Are you living that life of integrity? Are you able to live it with all the things that you have to take into account? Can you? You're grown. So now is the time to take that position. Be that person. Find out what makes you content and do it now. That makes you consistent, motivated to reach your goals, to be happy. Finish with all of this stuff that you've been doing all this time. End it now. Turn your life around. Have new beginnings. A rebirth. This is the only way you'll be content. This is the only way you will succeed in life. You don't want to be looking behind your back all the time. You don't want to be calculating and trying to do things that are not right and still trying to get away with it. If you're listening to this reading, there's a spiritual nature within you. And you that can't grow without integrity. You need peace, you need joy, you need love. You can only have that in return if you're giving that to the people around you. This is your time to grow. Have this rebirth now. The new you. Time for change, Saggy. And I hope within this time, running up to September, you're able to level out, balance out, make those changes. Stop taking those risks. Stop being so impulsive. Achieve your goals. Become that fire, bring that fire to you that motivates you. And get everything that you want out of life. You deserve it. Come on, Saggy. I know you can do it. If you feel that this reading can support and help others, even if they're not Sagittarians, please share it with them. There's safety in numbers. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you all for your feedback, your support. Thank you very much for the people that have booked readings with me. Remember that this is a very general reading, so this could be in any area of your life. So if you'd like a personal reading, tailor-made for you, with much more detail, please go to the description box and contact me on Instagram, on Gmail, Facebook, anywhere you can, and book a reading. I'll be happy to hear from you. So Saggy, good luck with everything. Bless your hearts. Love you loads. And remember, please be true. To thyself, be true. Take care.